Hello everybody, Francesco here from The Real Ninja. That's right, we are going through a rebranding because Movement Monastery just doesn't cut it anymore. Let's be clear about this, I definitely am a real ninja. If you're new to the channel, make sure that you subscribe, hit that notification bell so when new cool videos come out, you're notified immediately and you don't miss any of that cool ninja actions. So just remember, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and of course, hit the notification bell. For those of you new to the channel, I am Francesco, the Real Ninja, and I do all kinds of things, parkour, free running, acrobatics, dance. But for this specific channel, I am reenacting stunts from movies, whether they be from action movies, animes, or video games. You can send me a list down below. I can take a look at those videos and make those videos for you. I'm also a teacher and a performer, and this is a fun way for me to interact with the rest of the world. Today I'm bringing you a comparison. You get to be the judge of what's going on here. We're going to be seeing the sons of Durmstrang from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire versus Tyler Lautner from Sharkboy and Lavagirl. You get to tell me which of the combinations and tricks that you like the most, and who you think gets to walk away with the coolest trick award for these two different movies. Let's get into the skills. Okay, we're going to be starting off with Sharkboy and Lavagirl right now. Now this is a scene inside of Sharkboy where there are like all these weird creatures coming out, and then Sharkboy has to fight them all off. So he goes into a tricking frenzy and like does all these really cool skills. But the first skill inside of this whole entire thing is going to be actually a butterfly twist to a split. Now this actually was really hard for me to do. I had to take several cuts to be able to do it. The timing for it just made me kept going into a lunge instead of going into a split. And you can imagine the next day I was pretty sore in my hamstrings from sliding into this move. Not as easy as it looks, but definitely a really cool move. I enjoyed it, and take a look. The next move in this series is called a swing to flash. The way that Tyler Lautner does it, the way that Sharkboy does it, is he does his 360 twist first and then jumps up into the flash kick, which actually makes it a lot easier because you have all this momentum coming through from the back. So it actually made it a little bit easier for me. This is one of those skills I could probably do until I die, honestly, because I could wake up and just do this skill anytime. It's one of my favorite skills. If anybody asks me to do a flip, it's one of the first flips I go to in the first place because it's just too easy to do. Anyway, swing to flash kick. This next move is called a side swipe. Side swipe! And if you've ever seen a 540 kick, a side swipe is essentially when you set up but you actually stare at the ground, and then it ends up looking like an inverted 540. It's not really an inverted 540 kick at all. It's more of a like a rise 540-ish kind of thing. It's very awkward to explain how it actually works, but the best way to think about it, in my opinion, is that when you come around to do your set, you actually stare at the floor, so that makes your kick go over the top. The best way that I do it is I think of it almost like a flipping version of it, and that's always worked better for me. So this is called a side swipe. The next move in here is a cartwheel into a full. Now, Sharkboy actually does a round off into a full twist. I don't like doing those particularly because of the way you land sideways for this type of skill, so I prefer to actually do it from a cartwheel rebound. It's easier on my ankles, and I'm 35. I don't like petting my ankles to a pulp too much these days, so I did it this way instead. In either case, you take a look at it, tell me what you think. Alright, the last skill in this entire Sharkboy list here is called an Albatito. An Albatito is when you use one arm and then you do one-legged kick and then come back. It's also called a scissor kick, I think inside of Taekwondo or Olympic Taekwondo. In capoeira they call it Albatito, and then in breakdancing they call it a K kick. But Any way you want to call it. One hand planting down, the other leg comes over to kick the target, and you come back. Again, one of those favorite skills that I like to do and I'll probably do for the longest time ever. Fun crowd pleaser. Take a look at it. Now we get to get into Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, the Sons of Durmstrang entrance. It's hard to say that name. If you know how to say it, please go ahead and write down below phonetically how to actually say that. I don't really understand how to say it. You can definitely tell there's a capoeirista that comes in, a capoeira guy that comes in to do this entrance here. First entrance here, and there's only 2 clips in this. It took me forever to dissect what they were doing inside this. I had to go through slow-mo, I had to look at it a lot, and I had to learn 2 new tricks in order to do everything that they did in this entire series here. So for the first trick done, he comes in, he does an A-twist Gumby. An A-twist Gumby, it starts like an aerial twist, but then you do a Gumby out of it, right? It feels really awkward and weird at first because it pretty much goes exactly the opposite direction of what you feel like a cartwheel should do. So it's a very weird skill at first, but it's really cool looking. A-twist Gumby, but then he lands on one leg and swings the other leg up and goes into a back handspring out of it off of back to one leg. So it's a very weird combo. It's an A-twist swing through back handspring step down. I've never actually even seen somebody do that before. So this is my first time seeing it. And in the video, the kid actually almost hits his head when you watch. He's really low to the ground, but when you're on hard ground, sometimes you do weird things like that. So here's an A-twist Gumby, swing through, back handspring, step out. All right, our last and final skill here before you guys go ahead and make the verdict yourself and the comparison yourself, we have, this has a couple different names and a couple of different art forms. Sometimes it's called a machine, sometimes it's called a turning monkey. You're just going down on one arm, kicking the opposite leg up and doing a half turn, but then you drop down to the floor and sweep your leg across the front. After that, you're going into a move called an estobado or a tinsica. It's basically like going into macaco, but you have one hand back, swinging the same leg up and over. It's actually really hard to time and figure out if you don't have the flexibility for it. So yeah, I had to combine that together, and I made this combo up. So take a look at it. So there you go, everybody. I had to learn 2 new moves for the Sons of Durmstrang entrance there. It was the aerial twist Gumby, and it was also the estobado skill like that. So really cool, I got to learn 2 new skills for it. You let me know below, you passed the verdict. Who do you think had the better tricks in this entire thing? Well, I want to hear from you guys. Who do you think got owned in this comparison here? Thank you, everybody. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, make sure you hit the notification bell. More videos are coming soon. I got a very cool new video coming out. And if you notice this higher quality video right here, I have a new camera. So we're gonna get some great new slow-mos and high quality HD looking stuff. No more of that 720 in slow motion. This is gonna look amazing. All right, everybody, thank you so much. You all have a great day and stay ninja. Thank you.